Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm talking about why the Houston Rockets cannot and will not beat the Golden State Warriors in this series, as they are currently playing right now, and the Warriors are also currently up 2-0. I'm be giving 3 reasons why I personally do not think that the Rockets can stand a chance against them at all, and why I think that this series is a little bit too overhyped, and that the Warriors do have the much bigger upper hand over the Houston Rockets in the series. And now, if you are Houston Rockets fans, don't get triggered, because I mean, I'm probably wrong, and Houston's going to come back and somehow win the series. So most likely what's going to happen. But don't get too triggered, because I mean, it's literally one of the best teams, if not the best team in NBA history you're going up against. And yes, you have James Harden, who's probably the MVP, and Chris Paul, who's still an elite point guard. But you're just not talented enough to play with the most talented team to ever play in the NBA history. So don't get triggered if you're a Houston Rockets fan, and don't just dislike the video right away if you're a Houston Rockets fan. But without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so for my first reason for this video is going to be that mentally, I'm pretty sure that the Warriors are already in the Houston Rockets' heads, and I actually think they got in their heads in Game 1, right when the Houston Rockets started to blame the refs for them losing instead of themselves. I think the Warriors won the series. As I mean, after Game 1, where they literally only lost by 4 points, they went on national TV, the coach, James Harden, Chris Paul, all of them blaming the refs for the reason they lost, saying he was not given enough landing space, which I personally think he was. I don't think that was a foul, and even if it was, you don't call it in that situation in a playoff game that will decide, that could possibly decide the game. You don't make that call. I think it was a good no call. And I mean, the second they started complaining about the refs as much as they did, it was pretty bad. As I mean, now they're going to be focusing on the refs and see if they're making good calls, and they're going to focus on them so much that it might be distracting them from the series. And if you don't have 100% focus on a series, especially when you're going against the Golden State Warriors, well, you're most likely not going to win many games in that series. Because I mean, if you don't have 100% focus, you're gonna make mental lapses, and you cannot make mental lapses when you are playing the Warriors. That's just how good they are. They make you pay for every single mistake that you do make. So I mean, with that being said, you can't let someone in your head, or it's going to be very hard to win those games. And when the best player on your team by far in James Harden, he's struggling to score because he's so focused on the refs and everything, that's a big hurting factor for the Houston Rockets. But now for my second reason is going to be that they're just not talented enough. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, I mean, that's not a diss against the Houston Rockets. They have a very talented team. Clint Capella is still a probably top 15 center in the league. PJ Tucker is a very good veteran. Austin Rivers is a pretty good player off their bench. James Harden is a potential MVP of the season, and Chris Paul is still a top 10 point guard in the league. Very elite team. The team is very talented, but they are just not talented enough, just like no other team in the entire NBA is talented enough to beat the Golden State Warriors. As like I said, yes, they have MVP James Harden. Yes, they still have a top 10 point guard on the team, but the Golden State Warriors have a top 2, maybe the best point guard in the league, one of the best shooters in the league in Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, who's probably the best player in the league right now, even over LeBron James, one of the best defenders and the best defender in this series, and Draymond Green, and then Andre Iguodala, who's also a very good defender and a very nice player that pretty much takes Clint Capella out of the game, as I mean, he's too athletic for Clint Capella to keep up with, and Draymond Green is also too good offensively on the perimeter for Clint Capella to take up, and that's why Clint Capella has been having a rough series as of up to this point. But now my third reason is going to be that no one can guard Kevin Durant. Now this is once again not even a dig at Houston Rockets. Literally no one in the entire league, maybe outside of Kawhi Leonard, can even attempt to guard Kevin Durant. As in the 2 games that he has played in the Rockets versus Warriors, the KD is averaging 32 points per game, 1.5 blocks per game, 1 steals per game, 3.5 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game on 44% shooting from the 3. Do you understand how good of a percentage from the 3-point line that is? That is a very good percent, but he only shoots 42% from the field, but that's just due to how much he shoots and how many difficult shots he actually does take, and he makes a lot of those as well. So I mean, Durant is by far the X factor on this Warriors team, and I mean, literally, you just can't guard him, and just kind of how the Houston Rockets match up with him, once again, they really have no one that can stick Kevin Durant, as James Harden is not the best defensively, Chris Paul is not big enough, Clint Capella is too slow, PJ Tucker is too slow, and I, to be honest, forgot who their 3-man is anyway. It might be Austin Rivers starting, I'm not sure. But yeah, no one on their team can literally stick Durant at all. At least last year they had Trevor Ariza, who was a very good 3-and-D type player, and Trevor Ariza could at least slow down Kevin Durant. Well, this series literally absolutely no one on the court can guard Kevin Durant, and he just matches up very, very well. But now my fourth and final reason for this video is going to be that the Warriors have a very, very good defensive game plan going into this series, as they are pretty much doubling James Harden every time he gets the ball. They are trapping them in the corner, and when the shot clock gets late and is really winding down and they about to have to force up a shot, they're very good at doubling that, forcing either a horrible shot or they just don't get a shot up in general. So they're having a very good defensive game plan, and that's why James Harden's only having a mediocre series as of right now, and not the best he's had, at least not the best we've seen him as we saw him the entire regular season, and he's kind of going back to his old ways where he usually goes in the playoffs and fades away. Now, I fully expect the Rockets to win Game 3 because it's Game 3 at Houston, and I mean, Houston isn't getting swept. I don't think that at all, but I just don't see the Rockets being able to beat the Golden State Warriors at all. I mean, they just don't match up good. I mean, Steph Curry's better than Chris Paul. He's probably the best point guard in the league, and Chris Paul, at best, is a top 7 point guard. Then you have Klay Thompson against James Harden. Yes, James Harden is better, but Klay Thompson is not, James Harden is a top 5 player in the entire league, don't get me wrong, but Klay Thompson's a top 15 player in the entire league, if top 20 at least. So, I mean, it's not that big of a fall off, and Klay Thompson's probably only like one level below him. Literally, Kevin Durant just blows anyone they try to put him on out of the water. Draymond Green, he's better than PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's a little bit better of a perimeter shooter, but that's about it. Draymond Green's a better energy guy, better defensive player, and probably a better offensive player than PJ Tucker is. So, I mean, Draymond Green gets that. And then Andre Iguodala and Clint Capella. Andre Iguodala wins that, but only because Clint Capella literally can't guard anyone else on the court. He can't even guard Draymond Green, and that's why Clint Capella is struggling so much in this series like he is. But unfortunately, guys, that's my favorite video. So comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think the Rockets will win the series? Do you think they won't win the series? On here are your thoughts in the comment section below. And if any video ideas you want to see me make in the future, comment those below as well. It would mean the world to me. And also, I hope if you did like the video, point like button and subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I cannot thank you guys for all the support y'all been showing. Y'all have been showing so much support. Subscribers have really slowed down, but I do see y'all guys liking the videos and all you loyal subscribers, and I cannot thank y'all enough. I'm so blessed to be here, and like I said, I hope you have a blessed day. Could I have a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo. Blah, blah, blah.